A new round of Santa Ana winds heading our way. Time right now is 6:29. So glad you're with us on this Monday morning. I'm Netta Iranpour.
I'm Eric Connert. We have team coverage for this weather impact alert. CBS 8's Regina Yerita is live in Pacific Palisades, where the winds could impact the ongoing firefight in Los Angeles. And CBS 8's Chris Crow live at SDG&E with the possible power shutoffs here at home.
We do want to start with meteorologist Evan Narani. You've been tracking the conditions. Red flag warning again, Evan.
Yeah, it is just a repeat message, very similar to what we saw last week. Last week we saw that red flag warning in effect for almost the entirety of it. It was about Monday through Thursday that we had that red flag warning in play. And then we got the break over the weekend. It was a nice calming of winds. Things died down. Now we're watching as those winds pick up again today through Wednesday. This Santa Ana wind event not expected to be as intense as that one was. However, any Santa Ana wind event, period, is going to lead to a very significant drop in humidity out there, so very dry conditions and conditions that would allow for a fire to spread rapidly. Upper 60s, low 70s out there across the coast and inland. Here's that red flag warning. Gusty easterly winds, low relative humidity, and that could mean difficult driving conditions over the mountain passes. Pine Valley is a prime example of a spot that we've been watching with close eyes over the next 24 and 48 hours. Look at those winds jump into about 40 miles per hour by the time we get to 4 p.m. when that red flag warning takes effect, and 26 miles per hour sustained speeds out there by 4 p.m. too. So going to be a pretty breezy stretch to start off this week. Next round of Santa Anas may lead to thousands across our county losing power as well. SDG&E says 54,000 customers are at risk for power shutoffs. CBS 8's Chris Crow is live at SDG&E headquarters. He has more on the details of what that could mean for residents across our county. Chris?
Yeah, good morning, Evan. And look, if you haven't received an update already, what I want you to do right now is if you go to the SDG&E website, if you click on the Public Safety Power Shut-Off link, it will provide with you a map, and it will list the areas right now that they've identified where if customers are in that area, you are at risk of a public safety power shutoff. Of course, that being done to minimize fire risk in that area. And this is something in which nearly 55,000 people are at risk here of losing their power either today or at some point this week as we continue to watch these conditions. And so you need to make sure that you are informed because of the impact that that public safety shutoff could have on you. Right now, at this time, we are not seeing any actual power being shut off here because of the public safety aspect, just those at risk, and those have been, again, notified, but then also marked there on that map. Now, as for what it is that you can do in the meantime here, it's not just wait for the power to shut off. You want to make sure that you're going over in your head what it is that you should and should not do if you are in an area in which those, again, the power is shut off, but then also at the same time that you are also knowing what to do if winds are going to go ahead and still knock down those power lines, even if they've been shut off or not. So if you are going around an area in which there have been high winds and power lines that have been knocked down, you're going to want to immediately go ahead and alert first responders and SDG&E about those lines. Do not touch them. Go ahead and drive safely and slowly around those areas. Something else that you can do right now is make sure that you have a supply kit ready to go. A battery-operated radio and flashlights, you want to make sure that those are handy. Do not use candles for lighting. Those can become dangerous, especially if wind gets into the house and so forth. And you're going to want to have backup power arrangements for any medical equipment. Make sure that you're signed up for SDG&E notifications. Now, something else SDG&E will do is that when they do have a large amount of customers that are impacted in one area, they may set up a power pop-up area where they're able to provide those folks who need to charge their phones and so forth an opportunity to do so. That is something that could become available, but right now we're in that phase of monitoring to make sure that we're able to react if and when something does happen. Eric and Netta?
All right, Chris, thank you. At least 24 people have died in wildfires across Los Angeles that have been burning now for nearly a week.
the largest fire in Pacific Palisades. So the latest numbers now, that one stands at 23,000 acres. Containment went up a bit, 14% contained now. The Eaton fire in Altadena and Pasadena, that has burned 14,000 acres, and it is 33% contained, an improvement there. Utility company Southern California Edison says it is cooperating with an investigation into whether its equipment may have sparked the Hearst fire. Tens of thousands of people are still under evacuation orders. However, most Los Angeles unified schools will reopen today.
And this morning, we are getting a first-hand look at the devastation left behind by the fires in L.A.
CBS 8's Regina Yurita live in Pacific Palisades to tell us more about the damage and where you're standing. Of course, you see so much loss, Regina.
Eric and Netta, the powerful destruction is really widespread. And before I even go further and zoom into what we're looking at, I do want to tell you that we had been reporting on this. We continue to report on this, and we have been hurting with this community all the way from San Diego. But standing here and seeing this firsthand is gut-wrenching. I'm going to step out of the way, show you. This is right off of Sunset and PCH, and this is just one of the many houses that have been destroyed. You're looking at just really rubble, debris, this home completely destroyed. You're just seeing everything that is happening here that happened just the past couple of days. And it's so heartbreaking because some of the people who, are going through this, they haven't been able to come back and look at their house or their home or what's left of their home. And it's not much. It's really not much. You're looking at the skeleton piece of these houses, and some of the things that you're looking at are people's belongings, right, that have been covered in all of that destruction and devastation. Some of the cars are completely scorched and burned. And again, we were talking about how this is a deadly fire between the Eaton fire and the Palisades fire. Both of them together combined, already 24 people dead. So this is just really an area where people are hurting, people are upset of what's happening. The growing frustration continues to increase in this area, and with good reason. Here and seeing everything that we are looking at right now and sharing with you what we're looking at right now is really just hitting very different. And again, so much devastation, powerful destruction, widespread devastation around here, and you are seeing house after house just like this, and that's really in any area just entering Pacific Palisades. We told you about 30 minutes ago that we had just gotten here, seen various checkpoints, and that is really the reason why many people haven't been able to return, because it's still very dangerous to be out here. Of course, we got permission, we have, the press passes here, but some people have not been able to return, and I can't even imagine once they see their houses like this, really how heartbreaking it's going to be for so many people.
Yeah, tough
Eric
images
and
to
Netta.
see, that's for sure. Just the chimneys.
That's all that's there. Oh, Regina, thank you for bringing that to us. Be safe out there.